The power of belief. Let's get into it today. I am Dr. Natasha Oquendo, and I am excited about this particular installation. Today, we're going to talk about the power of belief. Now, when we look at the word belief, it means an acceptance that something exists, right? It says that it's true or real. So you believe that something, you have accepted it, and you believe that it is something that it exists and that it is true and that it is real, right? And you firmly hold that opinion or that conviction, right? And so when we're dealing with belief, we're talking about a mental attitude of acceptance, right? Mentally, you have accepted that something exists, something is real, or that something is true. And so when we look at that word belief, it can be an opinion, it can be a feeling, it can be a point of view, your perspective, your thought, uh, your interpretation of a thing, your assumption or your conclusion. It's a way of thinking. It is a belief system. And so with that being said, the reason we are going in this direction because belief is very important. Even when you look at belief concerning a religious conviction, your faith, right? It's your principles that you may live by, that your standards you may live by, your ideologies, your ethics, the doctrine, the teachings. They all shape what? Your core values. And so you can believe in just about anything, right? You can believe that Santa Claus is real. You know, we're taught these different traditions as children coming up that Santa Claus is real, or the Easter Bunny is real, or the Tooth Fairy, right? And so these things become hardcore belief systems. And normally they're passed on from generation to generation, right? And so with that being said, we're talking about belief. And this is going to be a series. So I want you to stay tuned into this. But we're laying the groundwork on this particular installation. So when we think about beliefs, what are your belief systems? And I'll just give you some examples. What are your belief systems around when it comes to hard work? Do you believe that you have to work hard? What are your spiritual beliefs, right? Do you believe you have to do a praise dance, spin around 3 times, God gonna do it for you? You get what I'm saying? What are your beliefs around your finances, right? All of these different things. Do you believe money is hard to come by? Do you believe you have to work really, really hard for money? Do you believe that you're supposed to just enjoy your money? Are you responsible? What are your belief systems around these things? And so here are some more things I want to give you concerning belief. I want you to know that your belief is the power that positively or negatively affects your entire life. What you believe, it is the power that positively or negatively affects your entire life. That's every area of your life, right? Another statement I want to give you about belief is that what you believe can empower you or it can limit you, right? And so, and I want to say this: when the beliefs are empowering you, then they have the tenacity to pull you up, meaning to raise you up for you to grow, right? And those things like that. But when the beliefs are limiting beliefs, they stagnate you, and not only stagnate you, but they have the power to pull you down, right? And so here's another statement I want to make about belief. The measure of your belief, it affects the measure of your production. So the measure that you believe in a thing is the measure that you will experience or produce in that thing. Meaning, let me give you an example. Maybe you're somebody who there are no millionaires in your family, and I'm just using this as an example so we can see it visibly. So if maybe in your mind, you've never seen that, a millionaire in your family, somebody who has a financial status of a millionaire, a multimillionaire, a billionaire. And so that will affect limiting belief will affect the magnitude of what you're able to produce as in finances. That can be passed on to you. If you grew up in a household where it was hard, money was hard to come by, there was such a struggle, one or two things can happen. Either you can break past that limiting belief and break into a different dimension financially, or you succumb to what you already know and what you've experienced and what you learn. And sometimes we settle for those places like that. To us, those are safe places because we fear the unknown. And that's a whole nother thing to go into, right? That's a whole nother installation right there. But and so with that being said about the measure of your belief and how it affects the measure of what you produce. So believing can equal achieving, right? The measure you believe can equal the measure that you achieve. If there is a strong belief system, then you're going to get, and I'm talking about in areas because your beliefs can be different in different areas of your life. And that's true. Meaning you can believe some people, let me give you an example of that. Some people can have this strong, hardcore belief financially and hit the Richter scales financially, but they may not believe when it comes to the area of relationships or marriage or things like that, right? And so that's just an example. But strong beliefs equal strong results, right? Weak beliefs equals weak results or no results at all. Literally, when your belief system is not strong in an area, you can literally yield no results at all, even when you try, or it'll make you not want to try at all. And I know somebody can relate to this. Now, your beliefs play a huge role in how happy or how successful you are in life, your relationships, your career, your business, whatever that may be. Man, listen, and this really, really hits because I think about the Success Lab. And for those of you who are interested in building yourself up, building up your belief system, building up your mindset, building yourself up to accomplish your goals, then I would suggest that you click the link in the description and join the Success Lab. Just go for the basic part of the Success Lab. It is amazing. And we deal with all these different demographics, right? But with that being said, I think about your success. That's one thing that I really, really push, to have the mindset to know that you are deserving to succeed in your goals, in your dreams, in your vision, in your ideas, and whatever it may be in life, in your relationship, in your marriage, your relationship with your children, family, all of these different areas, right? Spiritually, you deserve to be successful spiritually, emotionally, mentally, financially, academically, physically. You deserve to succeed. You deserve to accomplish those things. And so it all begins in how you believe, how your belief system holds up under these different things, right? Under the things that you desire in your heart. Now, I want to look at this because we're kind of dealing with the history of it and just talking about it and laying a foundation. So most of our beliefs are shaped during childhood. And then new ones can be formed, throughout our lives, of course. But the foundation of our beliefs normally come from our childhood experiences and what we've taken in our childhood. Our beliefs around family, parenting styles, right? These different things may be passed on from our parents, and the households that we grew up in, right? The neighborhoods that we grew up in, right? These different things. And so with that being said, you have the early experiences, right? Your early experiences as a child, the things that happened to us, right? The experiences that we have experienced for ourselves, they have a way of shaping how we view ourselves and how we view the world, right? And if you look at it, many of us have had some very negative early experiences, whether it's from childhood traumas and experiences and things of that nature. So that alone lets you know that we have to do some work when it comes to our belief systems and take on new ones and form new ones, right? Otherwise, we'll stay stuck in those cycles, right? And they affect our lives in every area. Culture has a way of affecting our belief system. Society, meaning, what's popular or whatever trends are going. We see that right now with a lot of young people. They love the trends and the different things, what's popular, whether it be politics, somebody, whatever is going on in politics has a way of influencing the way we believe, right? And that's just an area, even Hollywood and different things, the movie arena, music arena, whatever you want to call it, culture and society have a way of affecting our beliefs. What we were taught in school, different thing. And you think about how many years we've spent in school, and I've had so many people who have had experiences where there were teachers may have said something negative, and for some reason that negativity sticks and it holds on longer than positivity. And so one thing I do want to say when it comes to belief is that you have a choice in how you believe and what you actually take in. And I suggest that you don't take in so much negativity till you can't take in respective criticism, right? And that's a thing. I ain't gonna go into that because that's a thing. Now, I talked about it concerning the environment, right? When I say the environment, where you live, your neighborhood, where you were brought up, wherever your work environment can affect the way you believe. The people that you spent the most time with can affect how you believe. And so when we talk about our beliefs, let's look at some areas. I'm going to give a few examples of areas of our lives where belief systems and they are very effective. Spiritually, religiously, however you want to look at that. That shapes whether you even believe that God exists, how you believe about God, how you've experienced God, the measure of what you've learned and what you were taught and what you actually experience and put into practice. All of that affects the depths of how you will be spiritually or how you will know God spiritually, right? Now, even in the health area, when we talk about our health, and I tend to believe that that's every area, spiritually, socially, relationally, mentally, emotionally, physically, right? All of these different areas where our health is affected. When we have positive beliefs about our health, our bodies tend to follow. So however you were brought up eating, if you were brought up eating just a bunch of pork and a bunch of fried foods and heavily seasoned foods and all of that, we've all touched around in it, right? Or experienced it to some capacity, because some people actually grew up eating more healthy, and that's just the truth of the matter. But our bodies tend to follow a pattern, and as we get older, then we realize we can't stay on that same course or that same track, or we're not going to be around long enough to experience success in any areas or achieve any goals, right? And so we're forced to change our belief systems around food, and that's just a true thing. When it comes to our beliefs, our bodies, literally, our beliefs are the instructions that our body holds on to, right? So how we believe, our body holds on to those as instructions on how to live this life out. And so that's why we have to kind of change it around and shape those things, right? And get to that place of where the belief system is progressing. And so now, another area I want to talk about is education wise beliefs around your intelligence and your capacity, your capability to learn. They affect how you approach education. Literally, a lot of us are afraid to embark into greater levels of success when it comes to education. And then some people specialize in those areas. So it just depends, right? Another area is lifestyle and fitness. I put those together because your daily habits, right? I remember because I was a person who ran track and who played sports, even going on into my adulthood, I still kept on that routine or that daily habit of trying to run and get running in, right? And so these were different things that shaped your exercising routines, or if you have one, even your food choices, right? All of that it shapes your lifestyle. Now, when it comes to family and parenting, this is another area. How you interact with your family members, right? This is based on your belief system, and this is based on experiences and stuff that you've had. Raising of your children. Maybe you experienced some abuse, and then you it affected you in such a way or influenced you to not be abusive. And so sometimes you have to, find the fine line, because literally we will be either like what we don't desire to be like, or we will be way too passive as parents. And so this is trying to bring in what? New belief systems about disciplines and interaction, right? And so another area that I deem to be important is the creativity. How we express ourselves. You'll be amazed, especially now, that people are fighting to learn how to express themselves. They call it being socially awkward. Well, a lot of that may come, maybe that person grew up in a household where the kids were not able to express themselves, or, and then some people overly express themselves, and everything can just be, the levels can be off and on, right? And so finding and creating that balance. Why? Because it affects your area of creativity, and how we appreciate various forms of expression. You'll be amazed at how it affects how we receive other people's forms of expressions. Somebody who may have been very aggressive in life and passionate in life, and somebody else may have that calm, cool demeanor, and it's hard to receive that aggressive person. And so we like, oh, tone down, but then somebody else might be, no, turn up, And so being able to accept those different expressions, right? It affects your creativity. The way you believe, right, affects your creativity. One of the last ones that I want to tap into is the financial side. Your beliefs affects you financially, your spending habits, your responsibility level with finances, the measure of finances that will come into your life for you to manage and for you to steward, and how you handle finances altogether. A lot of those things, the way you believe about these things affect how you function and operate in them. And so when you're talking about your beliefs, you're creating your belief system. Your belief system is shaped by your thoughts. It guides your perception and your perspectives. They influence your decision making very heavily. The decisions that you make are going to be based on the limitations or the boundaries of your beliefs, right? It also affects your feelings. The way you believe affects your feelings, your emotions, all of that. It affects your level of happiness. You'll be amazed at people may have been brought up in homes where they didn't show enough gladness, enough joy, enough excitement. Everything was always serious. Everything was always, like on pins and needles. And it affects your level of happiness. But I'm here to tell you that you can control your level of happiness. It doesn't have to stay stuck in a limiting belief, right? And so it motivates your attitude. The different attitude and how you present yourself on a daily basis is based upon your belief system, right? It ignites your willpower, meaning the measure of willpower that it takes to accomplish a goal or your vision or your dream or idea is based on your belief system, right? It's the driving force to achieve your goals. It's going to drive you all the way to the finish line. The power of your belief, right? And it also, and last but not least, your belief system is so powerful that it is the determining factor of how you view yourself, how you see yourself, and how you view the world. So it affects the lens of how you view yourself. That's when you say, I can't do this, or somebody may have told you you can't accomplish something, or you will never succeed or be successful or be this or that. That is tailor made from a belief system that have been instilled, right? Even the new things you may have seen, somebody else wasn't able to do it. And so now you think you can't do it, whether that's spiritually, somebody else didn't have this intimate relationship with God. So now you feel like you don't have to have it. You just can stay religious or stay, in that place of knowing about God, but not actually knowing God the way you should. So, that's a way that you can look at it. And so we're dealing with this in this particular segment because I believe this is going to be necessary for your next level to instill some things, to make you aware of some things when it comes to the power of your belief. Listen, I believe in you. I believe you can achieve everything that your mind can contain, right? That you can achieve. It is so. Until next time, be blessed.